Aloha, this is Doug Davis, broker in charge for Caron Realty. And today I'm going to be talking about how to invest in real estate and not have a job. Well, having a cash flow instead of working is really what I'm after. And it's not easy. It's not for everyone. It takes discipline. But I've seen it done. I've seen it done on a small scale. I've seen it done on a big scale. And the size is up to you. And by size, I mean how much positive cash flow would you like to make to have a good lifestyle? So that's completely up to you. You want 1,000 a month, 10,000 a month, 100,000 a month. It's all available by this strategy that I've seen so many people do, but some have really taken it to heart and do this their entire lifetime and just grow their cash flow so that they can do other things while the money keeps pouring in. So what I mean by this is you could buy a small condo and make sure that you have enough cash down payment so that you can have a small positive cash flow from day one. So that's after your maintenance fee, your real property tax, property management, insurance. Maybe you do your own management for the first few and then give it to some property manager to take care of. And your loan payment, your principal and interest. And what's left over, that's your positive cash flow, and that's what you want. You want to acquire properties that give you positive anything, at least to start, and then you keep buying and repeat and repeat and repeat. So 100 here, 500 here, 1,000 there, 750, and it keeps on growing until you get the cash flow that you want. I've seen clients and friends that have parlayed this into hundreds of units. Now, you don't have to get that big, of course, but they just created a huge cash flowing machine. And they did it over, well, one guy over a lifetime, still doing it. Another over the course of about 5 years, 100 units. So it can happen. When you get a lot of units like that, you can start to consolidate them and do a 1031 exchange into something bigger, like an apartment building, 10 to 20 units. So you can sell a half dozen small condos and parlay that into an apartment building via a 1031 exchange so that you don't have to pay the capital gain tax and preserve your cash into the next transaction. So I see that happen. So it doesn't have to be an apartment building either. It could be a small commercial building, it could be a triple net lease, could be any kind of real estate that, again, gives you positive cash flow. So there's lots of vehicles for that. And of course, you can add portfolio of stocks and bonds, that sort of thing. All those things give you positive cash flows. And that's what it's all about. The whole point here is that cash flows over time until it gets to the point that it suits you. So how much is that? Would $10,000 a month do it for you? Would you quit your job? Maybe so. And then don't forget the enormous appreciation that you get over your lifetime. I mean, think of how much real estate was 30 years ago, 20 years ago. It just keeps going up. So, and then you have you sell the properties when you're real old, and then you have that nest egg of cash to do what you need to do, traveling, hospitals, whatever you need the money for. Probably the most fun, perfect example of this is Robert Kiyosaki's Rat Race board game. It's exactly about this. It's all about this. And it's a fun way to learn it and permanently sink this into your brain. Play that game and you'll get this concept and you'll get what people do so they don't have to work. They're not trading time for money. they can do other things like travel, and the money just keeps coming in. So that's what this is about. I didn't say that this was easy. This is a discipline, and it requires purchasing properties maybe one a year, maybe one every other year, until you grow this. And certainly after your first few, it gets easier to buy things, and you're more learned on how to do that. So I wanted to impart this little bit of wisdom, what I've seen people do and made a fabulous life for themselves by growing their portfolios. And you can give it all to the management company so that you don't have to listen to about repairs and painting and dishwashers dying and wash machines leaking. Just have that all handled. So it can be not that onerous to do this style of investing. So there you have it. Any questions? Love to hear from you, and hope to see you next week. Thank you very much.